Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. I am super excited to have you with us today. Look, let's dive right into this because we've got some absolutely essential market intelligence to unpack. Today, we are walking through Polymer Bazaar's weekly market intelligence explainer for EVA, specifically tracking all the crucial data you're going to need for the second week of July 2026. If you're navigating the polymer markets right now, you already know how incredibly fast things can shift, and our goal today is to give you the exact clarity you need to stay one step ahead.
Guided by that classic Polymer Bazaar standard of price, prediction, and profit, today we are breaking down the critical pricing and availability data that you literally need to make profitable inventory decisions. And we're not just going to throw dry numbers at you. We're going to really look at the why behind these numbers so you know exactly how to position your business in the days ahead.
To get us there, here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, a global market overview. Number 2, the Indian Bazaar. And finally, number 3, our purchase recommendation. All right, Section 1, Global Market Overview, Contrasting Movements. So diving straight into our international data, we're tracking some vastly different market behaviors right now. It's kind of wild to see. In the West, the US and European markets are stuck in this very sluggish, bearish trend, and they are heavily weighed down by low demand. But contrast that with the East, the Chinese market has tightened up noticeably. They're dealing with plant maintenance and shutdowns, sure, but they're also seeing improved local demand. So we essentially have two completely different global narratives playing out at the exact same time. Let's look specifically at the US Bazaar to start things off. We are seeing that demand is just failing to recover. It hasn't broken free from its recent sluggishness at all. So the absolute crucial point here is that spot prices are remaining completely flat. They're holding perfectly steady right at $1,240 per metric ton on an FAS Houston basis. Now, over in the European market, bearish sentiments are pretty much dominating. Supply is ample. Participants are reporting zero issues getting their hands on the product, but overall demand is incredibly low. Because of that, on a DDP Northwest Europe basis, we are seeing low-grade EVA dip by 35 euros to land at 1,965 euros per metric ton. Medium-grade material, that slid down by 40 euros, closing at 2,100 euros. But okay, here is the really interesting takeaway. Look at the high-grade EVA. It actually bucked the entire regional trend and remained perfectly stable at 2,245 euros per metric ton. It really just goes to show that even in a bearish market, premium grades can absolutely hold their ground. Conversely, let's swing over to the Chinese Bazaar. Remember that tightening supply from plant shutdowns we just talked about? Well, combined with an actual improvement in localized demand, it has pushed spot prices firm. They are finishing strong at 10,500 RMB per metric ton. It is just a completely different energy compared to what we saw in Houston and Northwest Europe. Real quick, before we funnel all this global context down and look at India, I want to share a fantastic resource with you. You can actually get these real-time EVA updates, automated predictions, and future trends sent straight to your mobile in just 5 seconds. All you got to do is use Polymer Bazaar's AI-powered WhatsApp chatbot. Just message the letters EVA to +91 93746 24365. It's an incredibly efficient way to keep this vital data right in your pocket. Okay, moving on to Section 2, the Indian Bazaar Local Buying Pulse. Now let's take all that global context and turn our attention to the specific highlights shaping the domestic Indian EVA Bazaar this week. Starting with the latest overseas offers, we're looking at July's shipments of EVA LVS 430 grade moving under the zero-duty route. These import quotes are holding very steady, just hovering right in that tight pocket between $1,360 and $1,365 per metric ton, CIF Navasheva. So import pricing remains quite stable for the moment. However, when we look at the actual pulse on the ground locally, things get a bit more complicated. The local trading activity across domestic markets is distinctly lackluster right now, and you might be wondering why. Well, there is a prolonged absence of improvement in finished product sales. Because end products just aren't moving, downstream buyers are naturally highly cautious, and they're mostly just waiting on the sidelines. Plus, on the supply side, there are absolutely no shortages. Retail channels and distributors are holding more than sufficient stock to cover ongoing requirements. Which brings us to Section 3, Purchase Recommendation, Strategy and Closing. So think about that local dynamic we just discussed, high retail stock and really low downstream activity. That leads us directly to a distinct probability. Traders are going to start quoting lower retail prices in the immediate days ahead. They're going to need to do something to stimulate movement and clear out that inventory, right? Because of that, we arrive at our expert recommendation, and I really want you to take this to heart.
Buy strictly for your routine, immediate requirements. There is absolutely no immediate need to overextend or build heavy inventories right now. With prices likely to dip as traders try to stimulate demand, holding off on bulk purchases is what protects your margins. Let the market adjust before you commit your capital to heavy stock.
Now, if you need specific buying or selling leads for eBay across India to navigate this exact situation, our dedicated relationship manager is available today at +91 951 0424 365. And of course, you can download the full, highly granular PDF report with all of these details by visiting the link provided, www.polymerbazaar.com/future-trend/EVA. I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought today. With retail channels fully stocked and prices poised to drop, is your inventory strategy agile enough for the week ahead? Remember, when the market shifts, flexibility is exactly where the profit is found. Make sure you aren't tied down by unnecessary stock and keep your purchasing strictly to what you need today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, stay agile out there, and I'll see you next time.